Aries and Cancer. Now, this one is tricky also, because this is both fillers, but the water and the fire fill on entirely different ways. The fire filler is extroverted, which you can lightweight say surface level. The water filler is introverted, which you could say beneath the surface. So when this comes into play, you got water psychic versus fire intuition. Now, see, both of you guys are going to feel a certain way, but you're not going to understand why each other feel that way. So that's when it's going to come down to. So now, here's what some of the problems you could run into. The Aries may, and also this is a square. So Aries may do something that the Cancer may not approve of. But instead, the Cancer would speak on this. Unlike Pisces would sit back and try to understand why is this going on. Scorpio will do the same thing on his own terms. Cancer actually wants to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They actually wants to put that out there because it's the crab. So it's a water sign, but it's a water sign that's not actually in the water. It's on the beach, letting the water splash up on them. You know, so they understand the water. They see the water for what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're able to create a shell for themselves so they don't get too deep, too watery. So this is why Cancers know how to handle their emotions a lot better than Scorpios and Pisces. You know what I'm saying? And they're ruled by the moon. So they switch through them so much that they kind of get the hang of it a lot earlier than Scorpios and Pisces. So what happens here is Cancers are king manifestors. Cancers know, if you have a moon in Cancer, you know how to manifest. And if you don't know how to manifest, you understand what manifesting is about. So what happens here is the fillers when Aries spark a creative spark and wants to do something in a relationship, the Cancer always going to look at it like, why? And when the Cancer does that, the Aries is always going to look at it like, why are you asking why? Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? And this trickles down into every little situation. I mean, as far as going out to get something to eat, going shopping, you know what I'm saying? Basically having time with your kids or whatever like that. It's a situation that occurs that the feeling is two different ways of feeling. Now, for an example, let's create a scenario. Let's say you're at work and you're Aries or Cancer and the other person Aries or Cancer, right? Now, the Cancer is going to take every little thing personal. I mean, if you go over there and say you work at a restaurant and the Aries go over there and wash a few of the Cancer's dishes. Now, in the Aries head, they may just be trying to get things done right now and maybe just trying to help, and let's so we all can get out of here faster. You know what I'm saying? So we get out of here. The Cancer is going to look at this and be like, is you trying to say something? Is you trying to say I'm slow? Is you trying to say I ain't doing my job right? So right there, boom, that's a prime example of both feelings is different. You know what I'm saying? The feelings is in different areas. So it creates a square with each other. So it creates a conversation that is a square conversation. So with this conversation, the Cancer will be like, okay, if it's a witty Cancer, it's going to be sarcastic. It's going to be like, okay, you wash these dishes over here fast like I couldn't. I see what this hitting for. And then the Aries is going to be like, I got bit by something. The Aries is going to be like, nah, I was just doing that just to help. You know what I'm saying? And let's hurry up and get up out of here so we can go do what we got to do. And then the Cancer is going to take that in like, nah, nigga, you lying. You know what I'm saying? And the Aries is going to take that in like, why is you even scoping everything. You should appreciate it. And this is why a lot of cancers come across moody, and a lot of people think that cancers don't appreciate what people are doing for them. And cancers do appreciate this. It's just their way of showing it is different. And this is why people think Aries is too fast off the handle and into doing things before thinking. And it's really not that. They're just really trying to get things done and show other people that they can do things fast. And the Aries, 9 times out of 10, is not thinking about you when they're doing these things, because they're about the self. So this is where Cancers and Aries clash. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it is when they work together. When they work together, this is a complete yin and yang. When they work together, see, the Cancer can show Aries where Aries may not know that they're throwing their emotional weight around. You know what I'm saying? Aries may just be going to do things off the rapid end fire and not necessarily taking into consideration what they may be doing to others emotionally. Cancers can help Aries out with that. They can sit at Aries down and be like, look, when you do this, this is the reason why other people feel like this. And then vice versa, Aries can help Cancers get out the shell and loosen up a bit and help them understand that everything is not personal, because Aries is the personal sign. So they are the first ones to take things personal or take things impersonal, and they throw that out subconsciously without even thinking. So Aries could help a Cancer understand that you don't have to be so moody, and that person wasn't pertaining that to you. They can help show Cancers the little parts and in between the lines that you don't have to take personal. Like for an example, say it's an Aries and Cancer friend, right? And Cancer got this shell up where Aries a little bit more free at. Now they go over to this other friend house, right? And say that this friend start talking about things like how they don't like people who bring other people over to their house. Now off the back, the Cancer is going to take this personal. Like, what is he trying to say? Is he talking about me coming over here with my friend Aries? I don't got to be here. So they got like a rough shell, a rough thing around it. So the first little thing nice that this person who was just saying this say to Cancer, Cancer is ready to throw off a negative energy, ready to mug, ready to be like, oh, what, you talking to me? Oh, I don't even know what you said. You know, it's something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now the Aries will be able to help the Cancer see things that's not reality. Well, like, it will be able to show the Cancer that, look, he wasn't even talking about you. It's just he had a lot of situations that he went through already that make him think like that, but it wasn't directed towards you. And that'll let the Cancer sit back and be like, well, yeah, you may be right. Even though the Cancer may still be like, you shouldn't even brought that up around me then, because they just naturally moody like that. But the Aries will help the Cancer sit back and kind of understand that, like, okay, yeah, I understand that he has a life. He may have went through a lot of situations like that already. So, okay, boom. Now, and vice versa, the Cancer can help Aries get out of this emotional spunk about themselves. Because, see, what happens here is Aries can have a lot of pent up energy, a lot of pent up stress, a lot of pent up emotions that they don't necessarily, because they don't like to throw their emotional weight around like Cancers. Like, Cancer will come to you and throw all their emotional weight on you, tell you all their problems. Like, they think this is the way how to communicate, and it's not a necessarily good way to communicate, as they would learn from an air sign, but they could teach the air sign how this is the way we connect though. So water signs has the connectivity that you need. You know what I'm saying? So Cancers could teach the Aries how to connect better with people, because an Aries could sit back, and even a higher level Aries as myself, we'd be able to sit back and refuse to throw our emotional weight around, because we're too busy thinking how another person going to think of us throwing our emotional weight around. And you know what I'm saying? And since Aries is about the self, if we was to do that, that's a form of being vulnerable. So we don't like to jump into that field. But it's still, we feel that. It's a filler sign. So we feel that. Now, Cancer will teach the Aries how to express your emotions better and not be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? There's certain ways you can express your emotional stability in a non-vulnerable way, and Cancers can teach the Aries that. You know what I'm saying? Aries can teach Cancers could teach Aries that. Like, Cancers could teach Aries how to let off your emotional steam without being vulnerable and thinking that you shouldn't have said that because of now this person's going to look at you like this. You know what I'm saying? So Cancers help Aries do that, and Aries help Cancer read between the lines and not take everything personal. You know what I'm saying? So once Aries and Cancers get over those little humps, y'all be manifesting crazy. Aries will come up with the creativity. Cancer will come up with the emotional stability to be able to manifest it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And have it directed in the right area. So, you know, fire and water create steam. You know what I'm saying? So this would be a good steam match. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their steam up against their ceilings and their walls, and the relationship is able to become moist and stay moist and not dry up. You know what I'm saying? Because you only run into these problems when things start to dry up. When things start to dry up, that's when you run into the problems I was just previously saying. But you know what I'm saying? If things could stay moist and stay steam and keep the water in the pot, things would be great. You know what I'm saying? You guys will have only situations you'll run into is you feel different about things. You know what I'm saying? But at a good point, you're able to come and talk to each other about it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's that. So, you know, Flight Boss, bitch. Aries and Cancer's compatibility. You know, for sure.